Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today on PoliWine, where we like to take a deep dive into stories pulled from the media and have a fun time while breaking it down. I'm Jillian, and let's get into it. Well, here on the East Coast, we are keeping a very close eye in the Atlantic. We have Hurricane Herberto and Hurricane Imelda churning off the coast of the Bahamas, but we are already feeling the effects of the storms, and it hasn't even touched us yet. I don't know if you've seen any of the videos coming out of the Outer Banks, North Carolina, where several homes have already been washed off their foundation and swept into the ocean. Right before I started recording, I was watching the news and they were showing the eighth house in the last, I think, day or two that has been swept away. So we are already feeling the effects. We are preparing ourselves here on the East Coast for anything that may come our way. But we are hoping for a last minute pivot. So just be prepared and let's be safe. But it has been hectic the last few weeks in the Atlantic with the storm system. But as we talk about Mother Nature, well, let's talk about Mother Earth and go over to the Philippines. The other day, the Philippines was rocked by a 6.9 magnitude earthquake. Massive destruction. As of now, 72 have been confirmed dead and many are still missing. So we are thinking of you over there. Our hearts are going out to you. And we are sending love and hugs for sure. We were talking last week. There was that major typhoon that had happened, and there were major storm systems off the coast of Japan and in the Philippines. So there's been a lot of activity over there. So we are keeping our eyes and our hearts open for you, and we are thinking and sending prayers over to you there. It's been a pretty crazy couple weeks over there. So now let's work into some happier stories and let's get into the world of sports. Well, our guy, 50 Cent. Yes, 50 Cent. This is where music is going to fuse with sports. So 50 Cent, our guy. Did you see him with the Savannah Bananas the other night in Texas? Well, I don't know if you are familiar with the phenomenon that is the Savannah Bananas, but if you like baseball and sometimes get a little bored of the game, then you're going to love the Savannah Bananas. They are great. You definitely get baseball, you get to love the game, but you get a lot of entertainment as well. And if you're taking families, which most of us do, you get a little bit of for everything. Right? You've got the music and the dance for the kids and the TikTok generation. You've got the game for everyone else, but it is non-stop fun and entertainment the entire time. And you gotta love baseball, but this is just amplified and it is so fun. The Savannah Bananas were here on the East Coast. They were at Camden Yards where the Baltimore Orioles play several weeks ago. And I was able to watch it live in this area. And I've been to Camden Yards many, many times. It is a beautiful stadium. But you always, in most stadiums of baseball, you'll see a few chairs that are empty, right? Well, not at Camden Yards the other week. I looked all around that stadium on TV, and there was not one empty seat. And it is like that in every game, everywhere they play. Sold out stadiums. It is unbelievable. So the other night, 50 Cent was at the game in Houston, Texas. He threw out the opening pitch, redeemed himself from the opening pitch. What was it, in 2014 that he threw out? That one went a little awry, but he redeemed himself on this opening pitch. But then he went out on the field singing a song in the club with all the Savannah Banana dancers and players, I should say, but they're dancers as well, behind them to the choreographed song. It was fun, it was entertainment, and it was great. I love that. I mean, you got like a solid performance of a celebrity star during a baseball game. I gotta love it. And if I can just say, when I watched that game the other week, when it was in our local area, the baby race was awesome. It stole the show. It was a highlight of the game, and it was so much fun. Everybody was so into it and cheering it on. It was awesome. I love the dancing. I love the performance. I love the oddities in the game. And it just keeps you engaged throughout the entire game. Everyone loves baseball. It's a great game, but sometimes that traditional game can get a little dull in certain sections. Not the Savannah Bananas. And I got to tell you, I'm here for it. Next time you're coming to the area, I will be getting tickets early because it's sold out like that. And they are thriving. The Savannah Bananas franchise is killing it. They've had a couple more teams pop up, and I think they're going to have a few more teams that are going to join. So keep it going. It is fun for the whole family. And catch it whenever you can on ESPN Ocho. You gotta love ESPN Ocho. It has all the good stuff. I do. So enjoy the game, enjoy the music, enjoy the dance, and go Savannah Bananas. And nice job, 50. You look good in the yellow and the jersey. And good on you on that opening pitch. If you've seen the video of that 2014 pitch that he had, good job. Well done. You brought it back, and you made a solid performance, and you made national news with that performance. I loved it, and Savannah Bananas, go. And another big announcement in the world of sports, the Super Bowl this year. Yes, the Super Bowl for 2026. They have announced who is going to be performing the halftime show, and I could not be more thrilled about it. Rock Nation and Apple Music announced that Bad Bunny is going to be headlining the halftime show. I am super pumped about it. I love his music. That man can put on a high energy performance. Look what he did to the concerts in Puerto Rico. That man brought in mega money for the country of Puerto Rico with his concert tour. Huge. He did it in his home of Puerto Rico, and just, I forget how many dates that he had for the concert, but sold out. People were traveling from all over to go to Puerto Rico and support this concert. And I think it's great. He did it there, because that's his home country, and he wants to support the economy there. But he also stressed some concerns about performing here in the States because of the whole immigration crackdown that's happening right now. So he was performing there. But in a rare opportunity for the Super Bowl, he's coming to, for all of us who couldn't see his show in Puerto Rico, he's coming to perform for us, and I am pumped. He did technically make his Super Bowl performance debut several years ago because he performed when J-Lo and Shakira did the halftime show for the Super Bowl. So he did, dip his toes in the water a little bit, but this is his show. He can call out who he wants for performance, and I will be watching. You need a good high energy performance, and that it is on Mia. So there we go. I love it. Thank you. I have heard a little backlash about who they chose. I think a lot of people really wanted Taylor Swift. I know the Swifties did. But you know what? Give it a beat. Give it a moment. Okay? This girl just came off of a major tour, the Eras Tour, global. Amazing. The girl rocked it out all over the world. Then comes back, releases a new album, and gets engaged. So let her have a moment. That girl's got to plan a wedding. Okay? Let her have a beat. Have a moment. Enjoy some downtime. A little bit of fresh love. She just newly engaged. She's got a wedding to plan. It might be coming, but just give it a time. But right now, enjoy Bad Bunny because it's going to be awesome. For the Swifties, your day will come. I know it will. So just enjoy the show because it's going to be awesome. And I can't wait. Now, let's work our way over into the world of politics. Well, so much is happening. We are in day 2 of the government shutdown. And it is a very anxious feeling in the DC metro area. It is widespread and it is a heavy feeling of here. It when the government shuts down, the city it's eerie, it's quiet, it doesn't have that vibe and it doesn't have the hustle and bustle. So I feel for all the small businesses in the area and for everybody who is not working. This is not fair to these federal employees to not be paid or to have the threat to lose their job because of government's decisions. So I feel for everybody who is affected, and we're all going to feel it soon. Not just those who work directly for the government, but the ripple effect is going to be hitting all of us very, very soon. So, government, get your shit together, get it through, and get these people back to work and stop threatening major layoffs. Okay? All right? Times are tough right now. Let's not make it worse. And it is a very heavy feeling. We have holidays around the corner. People are feeling stressed. They're getting anxious, and it's understandable. So let's get the ball rolling. You know, these are just really tough times politically right now. And we're all feeling the uncertainty and I don't know. Many are feeling a little desperate right now. So I hope that we can turn this tide because we definitely need something to hold on to. We need to know that there are better days coming. And with this unusual political climate and political uncertainty right now, everybody is feeling it. And recently, there was a show set to release on Apple TV Plus called The Savant, and it featured Jessica Chastain. And Jessica Chastain plays an undercover investigator who goes online and tries to infiltrate these extremist hate groups and tries to think like them, become a part of it so she can break it down, right? She wants to dismantle it and arrest it and shut it down. That is her job. And it looked like such a gripping series, suspenseful, dramatic, and she can do anything. That was set to air the other day, and Apple actually postponed its release. And I'm just going to paraphrase there, but they were essentially Apple said that due to the political climate, that they just felt it was best to postpone the release of this show. I guess I can understand that thought process, but I've seen trailers for it. This show looks really good. And it does look like it might hit close to what's happening at this time. But in my opinion, I was thinking, I think a show like this really exposes that kind of underworld or dark world on the internet that so many are completely oblivious to. It's there and many are aware of it, but I don't know all the layers of that world. And I think there's so many people that just don't understand that underbelly of that kind of extremism online or that kind of world or those blogs or, you know, if you put it out there, you expose it that this does exist online. And although this is a show, it's kind of loosely based on stories and what's happening currently in the news, but this is their story of the writers, but there's truth behind of what really kind of is out there. And I think if you expose how serious that some of this stuff can be out there online, again, it's a distorted version, but if you show people that it is out there, it might make them more aware if they are talking to like a family member or somebody in the community, and you hear some of these things that maybe they might have heard online or feel this way as some of these extreme groups. Maybe if people are more aware that there's extreme subculture, it might make them more clue in. It might trigger something and say, "Oh my God, like I've heard about this before, and this could be dangerous." Maybe you could talk to that individual or to the right authorities. So many people just are oblivious to that online world of extremism, and I think if you expose it, it makes people aware, and the more you know, the more you can be observant for. So I don't know. I guess I can understand the decision. I don't necessarily agree with that decision. As an Apple watcher, they need some more shows. They need something in their lineup to keep me holding on, because it's a little now that Chief of War is over. A hard time, Apple Plus, keeping my subscription. But I was really looking forward to it. So I wish they would release it, but I hope you release it soon, because it looks like an awesome show. And I can't wait to see it. You know it's going to be good. It's Jessica Chastain. She can't do anything wrong. Ever. Ever. So, and if you're interested in the FBI, undercover world, well, then work your way over to HBO Max. There's a new series with Mark Ruffalo called Task. He is an FBI agent, and he is there to uncover this biker ring that did a little bit of everything: crime, drugs, you name it. Well, there's all these robberies happening to this group, and the FBI agent, who is played by Mark Ruffalo, and his team are trying to uncover who is robbing them and putting whatever it is back on the street. So it's a little slow. They're really getting into the story, but it is a good series. So I do want to support. I hope it picks up the pace a little bit, and it looks like it is. But it is a good show, and it is a good story. So Task, HBO Max, Mark Ruffalo. It's a good watch. Just give it time. It's building. It's building, but it's a very good cast. That's for sure. Now, if you work your way over to Peacock, we're going to start tying in our world of Bravo. Well, remember Bose from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? She has quite the resume as a major corporate executive. Well, in this, remember, Kathy Hilton kept calling her the boss, and everyone's like, her name's Bose. Bose. And she's like, no, boss, because of her job. And Bose is like, I'll take it. So, because she is, and she deserves that title. I mean, she had major executive positions for major corporate companies. So she's earned that title. But Bose from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and Jimmy Fallon are on a new show on Peacock, and it's called On Brand. It's a competition where you're, for these large companies, that you're trying to make these brands and market them and advertising. And I have not been able to watch it yet. I plan to very soon, because you got to love Jimmy Fallon. He's going to make it fun. You got to love Bose. She's serious. She's on point. She is the real deal. She's the shit. So I can't wait to watch it and maybe get some good ideas. You know, everybody could use a little bit of advertising and marketing ideas for sure. And as we're talking about some of our favorites from Bravo and Bose, you are definitely one of mine. Let's work over to Below Deck Med. We had Captain Sandy. She's back. I love Aisha. Okay. And Aisha is back. That's my girl. She's so fun and she's so sweet. And God, she has got the patience of an angel with all those new stews that come in every year that she's got to train in the drama and all that stuff. So our favorites back. You got Sandy, you got Aisha, you have Nathan. Remember him from the several seasons ago, him and Gail. Well, he came back as head bosun. And let's just say it was not a good start. It was a terrible start. I felt so bad for him. Not only starting off with food poisoning and showing up late, but as a bosun, he looked clueless. He was all over the place, and I really felt for him. Like he was thrown in to the deep end hard. And I really hope you recover, Nathan. I liked you. You're on thin ice already with Captain Sandy. You already took down her light trying to bring in the jet ski. You already broke her lamp off of it. She's not happy. She's not happy. So it's already an interesting start on Below Deck Med. I can't wait to see some of the bitchy charter guests that comes on. There's always some, but who is ever going to be that girl Kelly on just the regular Below Deck? Remember the one that Captain Carey had to kick off, and she was like, "I hate all of you. You're Democrats." So that's going to be tough to beat. So Below Deck Med, so far, good start, crazy start. You got a green team on your hands. Do you think Frasier is sitting back from the regular Below Deck saying, "Thank God that's not my crew"? I think he might be. And how do you ever beat a crew when you had Salim on the regular Below Deck, who was just making out with everybody? So that's going to be tough to beat. But Below Deck Med with that incredible Mediterranean backdrop in every scene, just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So Below Deck Med, I am here for it. And we just had the episode of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Lisa's still fighting with everyone. And that luncheon where she had dismissed all of her paperwork from all her court cases, and wow, there's a lot of lawsuits. There's a lot of lawsuits there. But she's declaring that they're being dismissed, and we shall see. But Bronwyn is coming for Lisa really hard. And it's kind of entertaining to watch Whitney just smile through everything, just because she's loving that somebody else is going full throttle for Lisa, and she can just piggyback on top of it. It is so funny. She's like, yeah, you started that, right? And Lisa, everybody is after Lisa this season. And that whole luncheon where Whitney comes up and is yelling and Angie's pissed and Mary, I really love you this season. That whole scene with Mary at the table, Meredith did not stand up for you. And she's just sitting there with a hat and her glasses on. First of all, you look fabulous and just so entertaining. Just chimes in and just stirs the pot a little bit and is just messy enough. It's just the right amount. So, Mary, you are a breath of fresh air. Thank you for coming back to us. It's bliss. It is bliss. And I'm enjoying Angie this season. And yes, it's a bit much with the Greek, but I am so looking forward for this trip to Greece. It is going to be entertainment. And we have Captain Jason from Below Deck Down Under. So it's so good. It's going to be so good. But they are all fighting. It is all on, and I'm ready for it. It's going to be so good. And then we are coming down to the reunion of the Real Housewives of Miami. First of all, I want to say, what a great season. I have enjoyed it. I have enjoyed everyone on it other than Julia. Julia, I am not happy with you, girl. I am pissed. And as somebody who's always team Adriana, yeah, I love her. Is she messy? Yes. Does she pick a fight? Sure. Does she love to just create chaos and just stir it around all the time? Yes, sure. But does she always have the good gossip? Always. Does she always have the intuition and the finger on the pulse of what's going down? Each and every time. Does she tell you like it is? Yeah. And that's why I like it. So I am Team Adriana. I'm not liking Julia. I am excited to see this reunion. As we know, something goes down. And Adriana was just on The Real Housewives, on Watch What Happens live with Andy Cohen. And they both confirm that something major happens on the reunion. And we do see a clip where Julia's like, well, let me say something, hoping that this provides some clarity. And it sounds like that she's going to go all in on Adriana. And from what I have heard on, of course, Reddit and all other social media outlets, it's definitely a deal breaker. And there has been no resolution since then for those two. So it looks like it's really ugly. Will Shoma come back? Will Stephanie, will she come back? Huh? I don't know. I am looking forward to this reunion. Andy, brace yourself, because a lot of times in SLC, Miami, and a few of the Housewives franchises, you cannot get a word in otherwise in the reunion. There's just too much cross-talking, too much fighting, too many things being thrown around. That usually happens on Miami. So let's all pace ourselves. You know, you're going to spread it out to a couple of episodes, which you should. And take it easy on Andy, okay? He's tired. He's all over the place. He's got 2 small kids. Be kind to Andy. We all need him for other reunions. And it's going to be so good. Give me the vibrant colors. Give me the hot tamales that are my girls of Miami. And let's close off this season the right way. And as we're bringing Miami to a close, let's get ready. Our ladies of Potomac are coming back. These are my girls around the corner, and I cannot wait to see them. It's like friends that you haven't seen in a very long time. And I am ready for it. Giselle, I've missed you. I've missed your messy shadiness. Very much so. And I'm here for it. So get ready, Bravo fans. The fall season is here. Okay? That is it for us today on PoliWine. Thank you so much for joining us. Please follow us on Instagram at PoliWineTime. And please listen to PoliWine wherever you get your podcast. Thank you so much for being with us today, and have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.